Hi there, I'm Vicky Vaswani, your host for GrowCast, Learning from Better Than Normal Mentors. This is an exclusive video podcast for Grow Success Club members to share their stories, showcase their businesses, and grow their personal brand. This is a collaboration between Better Than Normal, where our mission is to inspire 50 million people to become better than normal by 2050. And also the other half of the collaboration is the Grow Success Club, which is the fastest growing multinational networking club in Singapore right now. And today on our very first episode for GrowCast, we have the founder of the Grow Success Club, Fahmi Rais. Fahmi, how are you feeling today?
Feeling great, and thank you for having me here, Vicky.
Thank you so much, Fahmi, for sharing with me your story when we were speaking beforehand. But thank you so much, Fahmi, for coming here today. And I want to start this episode. In fact, I want to start every single episode with this question with the new guests that are going to be coming as well. Obviously, you are the first guest, but I'm going to ask every single guest this question, Fahmi. What does being better than normal mean to you, and why is it important?
Well, being better than normal means having a better version of yourself, living better today than yesterday, aiming for better tomorrow than today. It simply means that you cannot stay in your comfort zone. You shouldn't accept life without contest. You should always have new perspective, reinvent yourself as often as you could, innovate the way you see things, the way you embrace things. And, with that, life is a progress.
I love that. I love what you said. Life is a progress. I love that line as well. And Fahmi, for yourself, what makes you better than normal?
Well, I always tend to look at my everyday challenges. There must be something new that I do today. At night before I sleep, I always reflect on what new things I have done. I think my day will not be fulfilling if there's nothing new that I tried, because it is only in trying new things that you get to experience new perspectives about life. You get to receive new opportunities. Opportunities will not come when there's nothing new that you try in life. Yeah,
I love that. Opportunities only come when it's new, when you venture into new areas, right? Very nice.
Otherwise, you will still be habits coming your way.
Habits coming your way. Yes, we'll talk a little bit about habits in a short while as well. And for me, talking about the Grow Success Club, because, GrowCast, as you can see over here, GrowCast, learning from better normal mentors. It's all about the Grow Success Club members, right? We want them to come in here. We want them to share their stories.
Yes.
We want them to build their personal brand as well. We want them to differentiate themselves. But for me, what makes Grow Success Club, right, better than normal?
Well, we have passed by the era of giving value. I think giving value is a given thing. What people must strive today is adding value. And this is the basis and bedrock of Grow Success Club. It must add value to people. So we are not just offering networking. We are offering the opportunity to learn together, offering the opportunity to earn together. There's a lot more that one can get instead of just meeting new friends. And it is in these value-add services, that you can see improvements.
Nice. So is it okay if we dive a little bit deeper into the Grow Success Club and more? Can you share with us a bit more information? So maybe I'll just start off by asking, what exactly is Grow Success Club?
Okay, Grow Success Club believes in daily improvements, whether you're talking about from the knowledge point of view, or you're talking about a business progression point of view. It is not just about connecting people. Connection itself wouldn't help much. It just means an expansion of your circle. But what matters more is that you need to acquire new knowledge, new skill, new techniques, new strategies. And this is what Grow Success Club has been offering. We offer unlimited number of expert sharing sessions, and then giving the members the opportunity to earn through multiple ways. In addition to selling their products, they can also earn through referrals and all that. And this gives the members the freedom, to not just being part of a network, but they can also stand to initiate activities. We don't have the rigidity as found in many other networking places. In Grow, members are given the freedom, to initiate activities, to share their events, to share their business and all that, and to help build a sufficient ecosystem whereby, we can be fully independent on our own.
And I agree with you. I'm a testament. The GrowCast is a testament of the initiative, right? Because the GrowCast, learning from better normal mentors, it was an initiative started by me, and I got your blessings, I got your approval as well. And I think you loved the idea about it as well. So, and I'm testament to that as well, about initiatives, starting initiatives. But what I want to ask, Fahmi, is why did you start Grow Success Club?
Okay, I started Grow Success Club because I believe, in providing value. And I think, if we can gather people together and each of them, try to offer something new. If you have 100, you have 100 new ideas. If you have 1,000, you have 1,000 new ideas. And Grow Success Club is an environment where members are encouraged to initiate, as I mentioned earlier, ideas, to lead them, to collaborate, leverage on grow a brand, creating opportunities for collective income, shared incomes and all that. And this is the beauty of it, is being a member of a club where your ideas, your vision can be exercised, without limits.
Nice. Let's go a little bit deeper into that because I know you shared with me how the idea got started. You wanted to do one-to-one coaching with people and stuff like that. So do you mind sharing a little bit more on how this idea of the Grow Success Club actually came to you?
Well, it came because I have limited time, in terms of doing a regular face-to-face coaching, so I offered, a group of friends, the opportunity to learn via Zoom, in a free and easy manner, at the same time making new friends, and that idea about unlimited learning, over a small token amount of money, catches on with people, and people value the opportunity to learn, value the opportunity to meet new friends on a daily basis. We have right now about 765 members, over a period of 15 months. That's on average about more than 50 new members every month. Even if you were to meet 2 new friends, you won't be able to catch up with our numbers if you were to do it within a period of 2 years, So that is the value, the unlimited learning and the unlimited connectivity and the opportunity, to introduce your ideas and initiate it, lead it, and collaborate with a brand.
Very nice, very nice. And who do you think the Grow Success Club, right? Who do you think is suitable for? Who should join the Grow Success Club?
The premise is that everybody should be looking at improvement, so whether you are a career person or whether you are a business person, stagnant is not something that is welcome, so the growth must come overall in terms of your mental health, mental growth, your material growth, your material health and all that. So anybody, a professional, a business owner, or just someone who want to be better than normal, they are most welcome to be part of this Grow Success Club. It's going to be a club, of like-minded people, and everybody helping to push each other.
And very nice. I mean, since you are a founder as well, maybe I can ask you something. What are the ideal character traits, right, of a Grow Success Club member that you feel, what are the character traits or what are the personality traits, right, someone in the Grow Success Club must have as a founder? What do you think are these character traits?
I think the number one characteristic would be the person need to be a goal-getter, because the Grow Success Club, through our various social media platforms, these are just opportunities that would be lying idle if the person didn't do anything about it. So a member who's a goal getter, who knows, what he wants or what she wants out of the club, would maximize the benefits that we have to offer. Having said that, it means that somebody who is passive, somebody who is conservative, quiet, too much on the introvert side of it, will not benefit much because, they are not able to seize the opportunities given by the club. So you got to be on the aggressive side of it, be loud, be visible, in order to flourish in such an environment.
Okay, very nice. And also you mentioned just now that it's for professional and business owners, right? Maybe is it okay if we go a little bit deeper into, because these are two different people, right? People who are working in the corporate life and people who are business owners, they've got two different mentalities. That's why they do what they do. I'm not saying one is better than the other. Both are equally important, but maybe let's focus on the professional part of it. Why should somebody who is working a 9-to-5 job, why is somebody who's maybe, working in the corporate industry, why should somebody working in corporate look to join the Grow Success Club?
Well, I think that thinking about I'm just an employee, and I progress as how the company has structured for me is an old thinking. The prevalent today's thinking requires every employee to think like a business person. You're given a department, you're given a team, you're given the KPIs, you run as if like you're running your own business, and good employees are rewarded based on their business mentality, how they can help the company to gain more revenue, get more income, So the follow instruction employees are gone. They basically cannot survive in today's corporate world. So the only difference between a career person and a business person is that a business person runs a business under his own name, whereas a career person runs a business under somebody else's name.
And that's the reason why everybody is a CEO of their own life, right?
Yes.
Everybody is a CEO of their own life. So that's about the professional, that's about the corporate side. Why should someone who is a business owner, why should someone who is a real estate agent, insurance agent, or a freelancer, I just categorize them into business owners.
Yes.
So why should someone who's a business owner join the Grow Success Club?
Primarily because you need context. You need to enlarge your circle, and what better way to enlarge your circle than making a one-time payment for a lifetime membership and meeting new friends almost on a daily basis. That beats, having to hard earn new contacts on your own, because in the club, the new contacts are introduced to you, and that is something which is, I would say, a unique value. I don't think you can find another networking club whereby you just need a one-time payment for lifetime membership and you'll be meeting new friends for the rest of your living years. That is tremendous value.
Let's talk a little bit about that as well. So what is the membership? What is the membership fees of being a Grow Success Club member? And how does the fee structure work? I know you mentioned lifetime. So what is the membership fees of the Grow Success Club?
Right now, our membership is just 250 Sing. We apply that rate internationally. And that comprise of the 200 as a membership fee and $50 as registration. And one would think that this would be a token amount to enjoy the unlimited benefits that the club would have to offer. That's the amount that you barely can scrape through with a 1 day of staycation, whereby with Grow Success Club, you continuously enjoy for as long as, you're alive, so the value just simply immeasurable.
I mean, I myself couldn't believe it that it was 250 for a lifetime.
Yes.
So why is it only 250 for a lifetime, and how? Yeah. So maybe the question is, why is it only $250? I'm sure you had people wanting to say because they've got so much value from it, right? They've over delivered. They've made contacts that have got that have made them thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. So why is it only $250?
Yeah, I mean, we have members who have reached their ROI 10 times, 50 times more within a period of 1 month being a member in the club. So one would then realize that the 250 is basically a token of commitment. Even though we don't have a commitment expected in the club because it's free and easy, but it's a commitment to be part of a grouping. And that's the reason why it is not charged very high. It is charged at a very affordable rate. It looks attractive for anybody to then compare the cost of being part of the club versus, everything that they can stand to gain, So we want it to be a no comparison, no brainer for anybody to think, should I be a member of the club?
I like that. And I'm not the only one, I'm sure, that has asked you this question, right? But then how do you make money by being the founder? You've got 700 people, right? How do you make money from the Grow Success Club?
Because our market is unlimited. Grow Success Club can reach hundreds of thousands of members, can reach millions of members. It can even one day be above 1 billion member, as long as you make it, the principle of the club entrance is very affordable and the benefits are unlimited. It will virtually attract every reasonable thinking professional and business owners out there.
I like that as well. And maybe we can talk a little bit about what is your vision? What is your vision for the Grow Success Club?
My vision, of course, is to make this into a global movement. I wouldn't say a global company, a global movement, because, it is not so much profit driven. It's very value driven instead, So, we are already at this stage, at our 15th month, we are present in 21 countries across 5 continents. So that is without aggressive overseas marketing. And we believe that, if we were to reach out, to the global market, we will be warmly received, Again, I believe the 250 Sing, come across as an average amount internationally. It's affordable everywhere, whether is it a first world, second world, or third world countries. And the benefits can be customized within the country itself. So it is not just people joining a Singapore club, but people be joining clubs, that cater to their own particular needs in their respective countries.
And you mentioned that there are 15 countries. Do you have off the top of your head which are the 15 countries, or maybe you could just list a few of the 15 countries that members are that the members are from?
Yeah, we are in 21 countries actually.
21 countries. Sorry about that. So 21 countries. I see. I also cannot keep up already. So 21 countries. Do you mind just sharing which are the 21 countries which are in the list?
Well, the last country that joined us was somebody from Egypt. The first person that joined us overseas was from USA. And then we have members from countries like UK, Australia, New Zealand, Nigeria. Countries like India, China, even Southeast Asian nations. Our neighboring countries, Malaysia, Indonesia. We have people from European countries. I think it's fascinating to see how when we are not marketing ourselves, people simply found out about us, through the wonderful internet, and then join the club. And the thing is that they're able to relate and connect, with us in Singapore. We have therefore speakers from all of these countries, doing their expert sharings within the club, because we all now accept the fact that we live in a global village. It's not so much, you on the other side of the world and all that. It doesn't matter where you are, as long as there's connectivity, we are members of the same village.
I like that. I like the global village concept as well. So we talked a bit about the membership fee of $250 for lifetime, right? But what does a new member who pays $250, right? What does a new member get for paying $250? What are the deliverables, or what do they get access to? Do you mind sharing a little bit about what do they get access to?
Yes, immediately they get onboarded to the Grow official club, which is a WhatsApp base, and then they'll be given, rooms and links to more than 10 social media accounts, that Grow has to offer. So immediately they have market access, to showcase their product, their services, through the various platforms that we provide, whether is it WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Grow TV on YouTube and all that. So it's 250 and immediate access to thousands, of audience that they could pitch their value in terms of product or services to.
And anything else that they get on a weekly basis? Is there any monthly networking, weekly networking? You mentioned a bit about that as well.
We pride ourselves as the most active networking club, other than fastest growing. We are therefore the most value for money, given the fact that we have 4 to 6 activities on a monthly basis, both online as well as on-site. So members are not looking at a very quiet period. There's always something going on a weekly basis. Either you have the networking event, or you have an e-learning event, or you have a Zoom event. So members are spot for choice. And we do not deprive members, of the ability to follow up. Like, for example, a lot of our Zoom sessions are recorded. So at any point in time you join the club, you have access to the recordings, of our events way back from the beginning. And that again provides tremendous value, because you're not missing out on anything, given the fact that you join at a later stage.
Very nice. I like that as well. So let's talk a little bit about what is or how is Grow Success Club different from BNI, because we've all heard about BNI. BNI is one of the biggest referral networking clubs as well. And I've been to some BNIs as well. Some people like it, some people don't like it. I mean, everything got its pros and cons, right? But I think most people will, before they join Grow Success Club, they will naturally be comparing it to BNI. So maybe I just put the question out there. How is Grow Success Club different from BNI?
Yes, we look at BNI as a market leader right now. They've been around for many years, but they're more than just BNI out there. What we therefore offer to our members is the differentiation. The kind of things that they cannot find in BNI are the kind of things that we offer in Grow. So we therefore offer the alternative version. For example, we don't practice the restriction of trade. In fact, we encourage, more members of the same trade to come together, because we want to promote collaboration among themselves. We want to promote collective voice, collective interest. And that's the reason why we don't practice trade restrictions. We do reward members for bringing in members. In fact, our reward system is the highest in the marketplace, standing at minimum of 40%, commission for every new member that you introduce. We encourage members, to come up with new ideas, new initiative, and Grow will support, those activities, making it into either a Grow official event or Grow supported event, and this will be a major boost to them because, you will mean that Grow will also be involved in the marketing of that program, and, any photographs or videos of the event will also be uploaded into the Grow website. So it's kept for posterity.
Nice. I like that as well. So maybe now you mentioned a little bit about the affiliate and the referral fee, right? So how does the Grow Success Club referral system work?
The Grow referral system, even though it's only utilized at about 21%, that means only 21% of the entire Grow members are working on the referral system. It accounts for the bulk of our growth. Because otherwise we will not have reached from 50 to 100, and we count on milestone on every 100. So 100 have been to 200 to 300, 400, and now we are on the way of hitting 800, and after that, we are on the road to reaching 1,000 members. So the reason for why we can grow phenomenally that fast is because of the referral system. We believe that members who can refer or introduce a new members, they have contributed materially to the growth of the club, and not just that feeling of pride and sense of belonging, they are also handsomely rewarded financially for doing so at 40% minimum. Sometimes it can go to even 60%. That means the member who's referring member takes more than even what the club would take. And we also reward members by giving them awards on a quarterly basis to the members who have brought in the most number of friends. So the recognition is all round. Is wholesome, and I think that incentivizes the members or motivate the members to help the club to grow.
Nice. Is it okay if we talk about the exact number? So I know in 250, I know you mentioned 40% to 60%, but do you mind just sharing from 250, how much how much do you get if you refer a member? I know at the moment there's sometimes you have the promotions, $100, $120, $150. Do you mind sharing a bit more? What is the usual, and sometimes in some good months, when you're in a good mood, so how does it, how does that work? Do you mind talking a little bit about the exact numbers?
Yeah. We work on the basis of a minimum of 40%. So that comes to 100 easily out of the 250. And by the way, these are rewards given almost immediately. That means if you were to bring your friends in, at 2 p.m, within 2 hours or so, you'll get the commission, So it enables members to do their own calculation, of how much they need on that particular day, and they can bring in that X number of friends. And we have members who have brought in friends almost on a daily basis. So you can work out the maths, at the end of the month, it comes into thousands of dollars, by just doing a 5 to 10 minute sharing on WhatsApp. We have, I would think, a rather impressive deck that will make anybody who take a look at what the club has to offer feel compelled to join. On a good day, the commission can go to as high as 150, out of the $250. So that easily comes to about $300 in your pocket within 2 hours if you bring in 2 friends, and for many of our members, that could be as good, if not slightly more than their daily takings.
And even if we go on the usual $100, so if $100 means if somebody brings in maybe, let's say, about 30 friends, means like you said, one friend a month, introducing one friend a month. So $100 times 30, that's about $3,000.
Yes.
That's a very handsome side income.
Yes, that's not just handsome. I think it's easy and good money. Because the thing is, members are not encouraged to just look at the financial reward. They are encouraged to look at it from the perspective of sharing something which is good with their friends, so that their friends will have them to thank for it. I mean, being piped into an unlimited number of members, on a daily basis, growing on a daily basis, business opportunities, in terms of what you're looking for, in terms of what you wanted to sell, basically we have them all. It's a 360 club. Like I say, more than just networking, we are adding tremendous value to a person's professional or business life journey.
I like that as well. And I mean, since there are so many members, I'm sure you've got different committees, right? Do you mind sharing a little bit about what are the different committees in the Grow Success Club? Is there like a membership committee, welfare committee, events committee? Is there anything like that? Or what are the different committees that you have right now?
Okay, we have the leadership, which we capped at 1% of the total membership. These are the most active members. They help with giving feedback to the management on what's good, what's attractive, and what's not. Other than that, we are now introducing interest groups. And we'll be introducing 2 interest groups. They'll be launched in the next 1.5 months. One interest group is on leadership matters, and we believe that leadership, for self, for team, for organization, they're very relevant to every individual. Every career, every professional, every manager is in a leadership position. Needless to say, every business owner is in a leadership position. So a leadership interest group will enhance personal capacity to lead under any circumstances. And we also have another interest group, which is Grow Wealth. And this is the interest group that focus on helping the small enterprises to scale up to medium-sized enterprises, via a structured programs. So we want visible results. We want to upgrade, the 20 to 25% of our small enterprises and help them grow into medium, and from there they have more confidence to further upscale themselves into large. Yeah.
What is the difference? So how do you define a small enterprise and a medium enterprise? So, how does Grow Wealth help someone or help a business who's a small enterprise? Is there a definition for that? And is there a definition for the medium enterprise? And how does Grow actually come in? Because I think this is something really fascinating.
Yeah. We keep to a simple yardstick of small being 1 to 5% in terms of manpower. And that would include those people on a one-man operation system, or they are assisted by, 2 or 3 staff. And their revenue should not exceed 1 million. That means they are non-GST registered, so they are small, and what we wanted to do is help them scale up, to become like 15 to 20 over staff strength, and then having become a GST registered company, having their annual turnover to tip beyond the 1 million. And that is good for the club, because they will become the success stories that the club can do to help and attract more small enterprises out there.
And how does the club actually help them? How does the club help a small enterprise become a medium enterprise? What exactly does the club provide that a small member can look at?
We have the passive and active mode. The passive is that we are not doing anything about it, and we give you the platform and you do the networking. You maximize the various rooms and links that we offer. You meet the members on your own instead of just waiting for the networking events. And this will be passive modes. That means the management or the leaders do nothing. And you initiate the activities on your own. And then there will be the active one, in which the club will institute a certain fixed programs, and you can join the fixed modules and the add-on modules, depending on your capacity to grow, and this will be structured basis whereby, the trainers and the coaches or those responsible for the program will ensure that you really make that progress from small to medium,
Nice.
over a period of time. Yep.
I like that. I like the structure that's there as well. Maybe you could share a little bit about the A trainers. I know you've got a WhatsApp group. I know there's a committee for speakers, coaches, consultants as well. I mean, that's how I got started as well. That's how Hitesh and me got started in the speaking, coaching, and mentoring space. And of course, this is GrowCast. We are learning from better than normal mentors, right? So I feel speakers, coaches, mentors, consultants, they are very important. So tell us a little bit more about what is it called? Am I getting the name correct? It's a A* or A dot members. Yeah, share a bit more about that.
It's called the A team, and that stands for Association for Trainers, Educators and Mentors. So that's where the A team comes from. It rings well and good among the members and those that we introduce the name to. It's basically an outlet or a channel that we provide to the almost 30% profile of the members in the club. We've got a high percentage of trainers, coaches, educators, academics, mentors and advisors, from diverse background, whether they are from financial, property, sports, health and all that. So they are loud. Naturally, trainers they're always loud in their expression, and we channel them, to a spin-off. So this spin-off is a society registered with ROS, is another spin-off of a Grow Success Club, whereby these trainers, they can help to raise the professional standards of what they do, in common, peer among peers. They can help to create programs that further monetize, what they have offered into the market, and they can also extend, their value to non-members other than just for members. So the A team is a new gateway for members to channel their resources, to channel their services beyond the growing members in the club itself.
Nice. And I think it's always important, right? Because speakers, coaches, consultants, I like the name as well, the A-Team, Association for Trainers, Educators,
and mentors.
I like the acronym over there as well. But I realized one thing for me, if you don't mind me saying, many speakers, they don't share content. Many speakers, right? If you go to their own Instagram page or their own Facebook page, like it's almost like they don't have a brand, but then they want to be a speaker, they want to be a coach because I'm sure they started with a good purpose, right? So how important is branding? How important is putting out content? How important is social media for people in the A-Team?
Well, the A-Team believes also in the principle of if you cannot sell yourself, you cannot sell anything else. So it's material and critical for the members in the A-Team to first pay attention to their own personal brand. Because it is what makes them credible. Now, you take the credibility factor out of any trainers or coaches, there's nothing left. Even a good program cannot sell on its own because it needs somebody to deliver it. So we believe in the strengthening of the personal brand of the members, and we further believe that if the members can come together as a collective force, they become more attractive and more potent in the marketplace, as opposed to trying to find their ways around. I think the days whereby you can survive on your own will be hard now. Only the exceptional few can make it, but the vast majority would struggle. And I think by coming together with us, onboarding the A-Team, they stand a chance to raise their own personal standards, because of the mix that they've got, and also create new avenues whereby they can join forces with other trainers, like we have one coming up, A-Team Summit, on the 28th or 29th of July. That's a combination of no less than 9 trainers, putting their skills together, packaging themselves as one and delivering as one. So this is the kind of values that you cannot get, the kind of activities that you cannot get if you were to strive on your own.
I totally agree. I just wish more speakers, trainers, because even if we look at all the trainers there, if I go to their Instagram page, I always talk about being better than normal, right? Yeah. Because being better than normal means you need to have a USP, your unique selling proposition. And coaches, they're always looking to coach people. They're looking for coaches. Mentors are looking for mentees. Yes. If that's their main source of income, if that's something which they want to do for a living, to be a full-time coach, to be a full-time mentor, because it's such a fulfilling journey, right? Yes, you impact lives as well. But I feel that there are so many social media platforms right now that maybe sometimes, people get confused on what to focus on. You've got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. For you, which do you feel are the top 3 for business owners, real estate agents, insurance agents, freelancers, speakers, trainers, coaches? Which are the top 3 that they should be focusing on, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think in no particular order of importance, but these 3 will be good for them to have. One is general cast all media, which is currently still led by Facebook. That social media work best for their own personal and business, and people do not want a totally business content, neither would they want a totally personal content. So that would offer them a good mix. But rising fast, on the platform would be TikTok, which I think is almost a must for every professional and business owners out there, because it is the content of the current generation. All right. And possibly it's also the content of the next generation to come, where, people just are more attracted to something which is visual, they want, and holistic audio visual, very convincing, and they want it to be fast and short, because the level of patience of the current generation is not as, the level of patience myself and my predecessor used to have in the past, so right now it's always about 3 minutes, always about 4 minutes, and that works ourselves. I would say the third would be Instagram. I'm not sure how long Instagram can hold on to this strength, but yes, they are able to hold on to it simply because, the aging generations are not using it, and the newer generations are more into it, so as long as there's a good supply of new generation, Instagram will always be around, but I think if there's going to be a new player which is outside the Meta whole, that will probably be a good contest. Yeah.
So you've got for you top 3 will be Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram.
Yes.
I personally like Instagram because I feel Instagram is actually the sweet spot, right, for business owners, for the type of people that are producing content. I feel Instagram is a sweet spot. Let me just share why. Because it gives you an opportunity to do Instagram Reels where you've got your 30-second, 1-minute content. At the same time, it allows you an opportunity to put visuals out there, graphics out there as well, in the form of infographics, in the form of words as well. And you can connect on a daily basis with your audience using Instagram stories as well. So, you add in these three things. You add in your Instagram Reels, which is your videos. You add in your posts, which are infographics as well. And you add in your Instagram stories. I feel these three come in and play a very important part in Instagram. And I personally feel Instagram is something which everybody who wants to create content should be looking at. What's your take on that, on these three things, the stories, the videos and the posts?
My perspective with irrespective of whether is it Facebook, Instagram or TikTok, they must constantly improve their features. Nowadays people just do not want to read and hear. They want participation. They want things to be able to monetize. They want to be able to give something. They want to be able to receive something. So any of these social media accounts, as long as they can remain on the forefront of creating, or filling in new features every now and then, they stand to survive. The minute they do not introduce new features, and others are doing it, then they'll be lagging behind. So the key takeaway for them is that they have to keep on looking at adding new features, improvising in terms of speed, connectivity, the user friendliness of it. And I think this will be the thing that scores.
And why do you think it is important? Why is it important for business owners, right, to build their brand on social media?
Because that we live in this world. We live in the world of social media. It's not something that they can do without, is what their friends will be using, their own family will be using, their associates will be using, the strangers will be using. This is how we measure our connectivity in this world, through social media. A person without social media, becomes very questionable. You Google somebody and nothing appears on that name, the person is a ghost. The person is something that you should be wary about. The person is something that you should be doubtful about. It's only when you can check on the person's background, there's some mentions being made that the person is authentic, genuine, and so on and so forth. So whether we like it or not, social media are here to stay, but the main thing is how you benefit from it. You can benefit from just being a user, and that will put you at the lowest of the chain, or you can benefit from it by being an initiator. You're the first to try the new features. You're the first to monetize using the new features and all that. You set the trend. Better still, you do coaching for other people on how best to use them, based on your experience. How can you use this and get more money? These are the ones that will make you in the forefront.
And what do you think will happen, Fahmi, to people, right, who are businesses who don't use social media in the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? What do you think will happen to businesses who don't embrace social media, or who are still not embracing social media, not posting content, not being regular? What will happen to them?
Let's not take the exception to the rule. Let's just stick to the rule here. If you stick to the rule, then they will not survive. Even those on social media will find it hard to survive as long as they do not keep on improving the use of that social media. For those who are not using social media, they are like 20 years behind. And with that kind of age gap, it's near impossible for them to compete in today's marketing world.
And also talking about being congruent, I see lots of business owners posting for the sake of posting. They say, I've got social media, I've got a Facebook account, but they're doing it for the sake of doing it. But I believe you need to be intentional about the kind of content that you create. Why do you feel that it is so important to be intentional about the kind of content that you create and not just do it for the sake of doing it?
I think that the key part of this is developing content, not how you want it to be, but how your audience, would want it to be. So the content that we create, there are two kinds of content. One is self-serving content, and we are the only ones who's happy doing it. The other content is people-serving content, and this will be the kind of content that people like to see, because it adds value to them. It gives them new knowledge, new technique, new know-how, new perspective, new everything, So as long as, I keep to 80-20% rule about this, 20% will be content that I feel, give me the liberty to post what I want, because it's a form of expression on my part, and I need outlet for that kind of expression. But 80% will be content that I must be mindful of, that it should create value to people, whether they spend a minute on it or whether they spend 3 minutes on it, the fact that it's on their timeline, it should bring value to them. It should be a good reminder to them. It should be a good takeaway for them. And these are the kind of thing that make us very relevant, and attractive in the social media world.
I totally agree with you with that, Fahmi. But also importantly, I realize like what you mentioned about Googleability and Instagrammability, right? So before you meet somebody, you're already Googling them, Instagramming them as well. So how can business owners get potential clients, right, who we call prospects? How can business owners get their prospects, right, to trust and like them on social media?
Okay, so on this aspect, the maxim of if you're out of sight, you're out of mind, that applies. So for you to be credible in today's world, you got to be seen everywhere. You cannot be hard to find, you cannot be quiet. You need to be in front, on the right, on the left, at the back of everybody, so much so that people cannot escape, from being exposed to your brand. And, it has been proven through studies that the more people are exposed to your brand, the more they think that your brand is good. So it works on, maximizing your publicity. And to maximize your publicity, you just have to be strategic in all the use of that social media. That's why I advocate today that for any businesses, they need to be on 3 or 4 social media. They cannot be on one social media and hope to flourish or progress from that, because the market is so segmentized today, that you cannot be so specific in focusing on one particular segment of your target audience at the expense of many others.
And also, I think what you rightly mentioned, we need to be more intentional. We need to have better than normal content, right? Because everybody is posting it as well. So like today's GrowCast interview session that we have, this obviously will be broken. The idea which I told you was about 10 to 20 pieces, but I think we'll have easily 30 to 40 pieces of content, micro content. We'll be posting it on Instagram Reels, TikTok video, which is perfect for mobile as well. And then the Grow Success Club members, right, can use it to share it with their friends on WhatsApp. They can share it with their friends they can share the Instagram page. We'll create the buzz and the hype around that as well. But how did you find this process now that you are here in the seat with me? How do you find this process of sharing about your business, right, through a podcast interview setting like this? Was it helpful for you?
It's more than just helpful. I think this is the way businesses will be defined, moving forward. It is no longer, the art of storytelling, right? It is now the art of story sharing, and if you talk about sharing, it means there must be somebody that you need to talk to. There's somebody you need to banter with, somebody you need to have the conversation with, otherwise it becomes storytelling. It's on a monologue basis, So today people value credibility by what you can share. And share means having good content, tried and tested content, success stories, they all play a part, and having an independent mind, like yourself, not accepting anything and everything as it is, analyzing it, questioning it, and that is the way forward for every business. They just simply have to change their mindset to go from storytelling to story sharing. And this is the new mode in which business need to take.
I like that. I like the differentiation between storytelling and story sharing. And for me also, why I want to do this is because I feel that it's going to be a legacy for me, for my kids, for my wife in the future as well. So how does it feel for you knowing that actually this interview, right, it will be like a legacy for you, and this content, right, can be used as business collateral, personal collateral for lifetime, and even in terms of content creation, right, you can use it in as many ways as you can. How do you feel knowing that? I can see the smile on your face, but how does it feel knowing that?
I think it's great because, this can be used in many ways, when it cut down to bites and pieces, it's friendly to be used, as legit content, good content in all of your social media. It's a great way of introducing yourself, it's a fantastic way of sharing what you provide, because you can, market without hard selling. Because the idea here is you're sharing the greatness of what you offer, and that is what people want to hear today. People don't want to hear hard selling stuff. They want to hear stories. They want to hear how you do it, the why behind it, what's in front, the vision and so on and so forth, so that they can identify themselves with you as a person and with your services and your products. Products alone today can't sell. All products need to be accompanied by, stories behind it, by the vision behind it.
Nice. And obviously you can tell my enthusiasm with GrowCast and about it as well. But for you, since you're the founder, I hope you will be leading it as well. But who do you feel generally, not specific person, but who do you feel in the Grow Success Club, right, will benefit from coming on GrowCast? So who do you feel in the Grow Success Club will benefit from coming on GrowCast?
I would say everybody. I say those who think differently, they stand to lose, because this is not an option. This is not a preferred choice. This is the it. Is what we need to do today, to be able to stand with the times, not being left behind, to be, one foot ahead of everybody else. So I think everybody should consider having at least one session, on a platform like this, so that it creates the authenticity and, the marketability of their themselves as a person and of their business.
I like what you said. That at least they should have one session, because, you should be doing it more often. You should be doing it every month, every quarter. But the least you can do is at least have one session and create content like that. And I think we are nearing the end as well. I really appreciate the content that we've gotten as well. And we are nearly out of time. But I just want to end off with some impromptu stuff. I've got 2 rapid fire sections that I'll be doing for all my guests as well. 2 rapid fire sections I'll be doing for all my guests. And I've labeled them very interestingly, best and worst. That's going to be the first section. And the second one is going to be favorite or most favorite and least favorite. So these are going to be the 2 sections. So maybe we can start with best and worst. So what is, I'll just go rapid fire. Just give me the best answer that comes to your mind as well. Fahmi, what is the best advice that you have ever gotten?
Okay, the best advice I've gotten is people say keep trying, and I've kept trying. People tend to see those successes, of course, because successes are loud. People don't see the failures because, failures are not something that we should be proud of, but they provide good learning lessons for us. So, I have tried many things in my life, and I will keep trying. Having a good, successful Grow Success Club doesn't mean that I will not try for others. In fact, it will inspire me to try more, and I would expect that for the next coming year or so that, I'll give birth to more ideas than just Grow Success Club.
What's the worst advice you've ever gotten?
Well, to the contrary of it is don't bang your head against the wall. For me, I see my head, I don't see the wall. So there's no issue about banging my head against the wall. I just keep banging my head so that because when the head is alive and moving, it's not in a standstill position, ideas keep generating. I believe that a person who is a bankrupt is a person who is a bankrupt of ideas. Not about money, because money come and go, but it's ideas. The minute you can keep on coming with new ideas, and we live in the ideas economy, it means that you can strive very well. You just take one ideas among the many to work better than the others, but yes, you need ideas constantly about this. If you cannot come up with any ideas and your life is about, imitating others, it's about following others, it's about working for others, then, do not expect, miracles in life, you will always be normal.
Best memory as a child?
Best memory as a child is having to follow my parents, to visit the entire Java Island, going from one city to another city, and I find that that to be the best memory, because I'm selfish about my love with my parents, and that was the 2 weeks I totally got them all for myself. I don't share them with their work colleagues, I don't share them with the other members of the family. They are all mine, and being able to see new things, to see the country with so much to offer, the food, everything, that will be the best memory I have, and that memory taught me about how I should also raise my own child, giving them memories. I can give them money and they'll be gone, I can give them toys, they can be gone, I can give them sports equipment and they'll be gone, but if I give them memories, they'll live with it for the rest of their lives.
Worst memory as a child?
Worst memory as a child would be my feelings academically. What people don't realize is that I am not academically inclined when I was a child. I failed in virtually every mid-year examination and passed only in final year exam. I don't mind sharing this, but when I first took my O-level, I only passed one subject, and that is simply a very different contrast to a person who eventually graduated from 4 universities. I have a first degree with honors, I have masters, and I'm currently doing my PhD. It's like 2 different person, but what I've learned from this is that it is basically about the company you're mixed in. So when I was a child, or during my younger days, I pay less attention to the quality of friends that I've got, and that lets me to, not optimizing my best younger years. Yeah. So my advice is, be mindful to the circle of friends you have, and it doesn't matter whether, you're at 10 or 20 or 30 or 50, you still have to keep minding the quality of friends that you have, review them, change them every now and then if you have to, because they greatly influence the way you think, and is, the way you see the world is based on your perspective, not based on reality. And your perspective is shaped by the people around you. So be mindful of that.
And I also know you are lecturing in JCU, and then, you're doing a PhD there as well. Maybe do you mind sharing a bit about that as well? What do you lecture on, and what is your PhD on?
Okay, JCU is my current university. I've lectured in 3 other universities, So in JCU, I lecture on marketing subjects, management subjects, nowadays a lot on sustainability, Once in a while, I'll do law subjects if the law lecturer is not able to deliver. And I do my PhD in a subject matter that I'm most passionate about, and that is branding, because it's something that I've been doing for the last 25 years. And I hope to be a thought leader in a certain area of branding, by having that doctorate.
Nice. Best decision you have made in life so far?
Well, I got to say, against the odds, marrying my wife would be the best decision I've made. And it has to made up of also many bests, and that many bests include, having a lot of give and take in a relationship, investing yourself in that relationship, accepting a person as a package, working on ways to bring out the best out of each other. I think, everybody will one day have their own family, and the relationship they have with their spouse determines and defines the relationship they have with the children. So how well or how happy a family is will be decided upon on how well you manage your spouse.
Worst decision you've made in life so far?
The worst decision I made in life so far would be, I think, missing out on my earlier chance to do my PhD. I've got an opportunity in the year 2000, a wonderful supervisor. It was sponsored by Griffith University. And at that point in time, because I was having a good job with my own office, in a high-rise tower building, I just didn't see the PhD as a good contest. I was more into the salary I've gotten, to the power, the corporate power that I had at that point in time, and it relegated the PhD to a point whereby if I got time, I'll do it, and obviously, the university let me go, because I couldn't complete my thesis on time. And looking back, I regretted it. And that's the reason why I'm doing it for the second time now, because had I persevered and went through that journey in the past, I would have been Dr. Fahmi Rais for the last 25 years.
Best success so far?
I would say, to many extent, Grow would be the success, because the success is not complete. It is still evolving. It is still growing at this point in time. And I'm witnessing the phenomenal growth as we speak. There are new members joining today. There are members joining tomorrow and all that. And the capacity for this to be a global thing, splitting off a lot more sub-brands and all that is an exciting moment, because I don't see it as my own. I see it as, my journey with 700 plus members, who all are in the habit of, seize the opportunity when you see it, So I think the potential for Grow will be a lot more than I see today. I put the potential right now as current potential as just 10% of what Grow can be in the near future, and the other 90% is yet to be realized. So when that is realized, then it would have been my greatest legacy, because I will never, I'm a mortal person, so I can't live forever. And one day, either by natural death or by M&A, I would divulge my interest in Grow. And by that time, it would have been, something very big, something that would benefit tens of thousands of people, and I would always be remembered as its founder.
Worst failure so far?
Worst failure so far would be me venturing into a business that I know very little about, and true to what people say, if you're not knowledgeable enough about that business, if you enter into it, it's actually an ego trip. So it was an ego trip for me. I just wanted to enjoy being seen as a cafe owner. I know nothing about the F&B business. I went into it, and it was the most painful lesson I had in my entire life. It almost erased everything that I've achieved in the past, measured by the profit and loss of it.
Best personal habit you have right now?
Best personal habit I have right now is having a library, which means having to read books on a daily basis. And thank you for giving me a book today, and this will sit very nicely in my library. And, it definitely is something that I'll spend the next, looking at the number of pages, the next 3 days, reading it. I find nothing beats reading, because it's always about expanding, your horizon, unlocking the corners of your mind to new perspective, things that you have never thought about it before, things that you never knew that you can be able to do it, until somebody has shown the way. So, reading books would be the best.
Worst personal habit you have right now?
Well, personal habit would be, at times I do procrastinate, leaving to tomorrow what can be done today, and I feel very lousy about it, very bad about it, because it's like robbing tomorrow's joy, but that also came about because I multitask too many. So it's sometimes my inability to say no to new fascinating ideas, and I keep adding them on to my plate, and my plate gets too full, that I couldn't handle the intake of it. Then it creates a situation whereby I put things to tomorrow what I can do today, because of the sheer volume that I need to complete for the matters that I have to do today.
And that was the best and worst, the first rapid fire section. I've got one more coming up, the second rapid fire section. Yep. This is most favorite and least favorite. So let's go. Number one, most favorite holiday destination, rapid fire. Most favorite holiday destination.
Okay, my most favorite holiday destination would be London. It was more than just a holiday for me. It was also, a trip that I need to make, that I went through my legal training, and I simply love the city because, it is a mixture of, old and new stuff. There's a lot of heritage being kept there, and the weather is just simply fantastic. I wish Singapore has the London weather,
Least favorite holiday destination?
That would be a challenge, because I calculated all my destinations, trying to avoid places that I wouldn't like and all that. But if I have to rank them, that would be a trip to Bandung, not by Bandung's fault, but by the tour guide's fault, So I think that, when you go on a vacation and if you engage a tour guide, your vacation is going to be as good or as bad as the tour guide himself, because they are the ones who are going to color your vacation, to make it beautiful or to make it an ugly experience. So, beautiful place, but marred by, a poor tour guide.
Most favorite food?
It has to be chicken rice. It's not just a matter of most favorite food, but it's my default food. It's the kind of food that I would choose whenever I cannot make up my mind what to eat, and it's always chicken rice, because it is easy to consume. You can find it almost everywhere. It's among the more affordable plate you can get, and it's something which is universal. If I cannot finish it, I'm sure my kids, my wife will be able to finish it. It's a food for the family. So, it is my favorite because it's something that I would have almost every week.
Least favorite food?
My least favorite food would be all the kind of food that doesn't appear to be what it's supposed to be. Let's say, for example, I take a certain a dish, and let's say it's a typical Malay dish, Now, if it's served with a different color, with a different taste, and by the same name, I just simply not that innovative when it comes to food. For me, the food has to typically conform to what the image is supposed to be. There shouldn't be any variation to it. So I'm not a big fan of fusion food, actually. I like food to be kept traditional. You call it as it is, it must appear as it is. Anything more or anything less than that to me would be a bad experience for me, because I'm not able to therefore eat what in my mind has been telling me the food is about.
Most favorite exercise?
Okay, you got me there. because I basically don't have any exercise. I think the last sit up I did was more than a year back. I am currently suffering from diabetes, and that would mean that in my mind, I don't need exercise because I can eat a lot and still keep losing weight. So in that sense, I dispense myself from the need to exercise. My exercise will be in the form of, choosing to take steps instead of escalators, taking a longer route walk, instead of shorter cut. That to me will be my exercise, not in the form of going to the gym or jogging and all that. I have passed that stage for many years already.
Least favorite exercise?
Least favorite exercise, I would say jogging or running, because I'm such a short breath person, I think, if I were to undergo the national service 2.4 kilometer run, I'll be a confirmed failure about it. I would not be able to take anything more than say 500 meters running non-stop. That reminds me I have to take care of my health better.
Most favorite type of music?
Well, love ballads will be my most favorite type of music. I consider myself to be, romantically inclined, so nothing funky, nothing rock, about it. For as long as it's a love ballad, slow and easy, I would like it, So I would count on like Air Supply, Barry Manilow, Kenny Rogers. More, I give away my age already by doing that. Okay, songs by them, to be, my kind of music.
Least favorite type of music?
The least favorite type of music will be, music that I cannot understand the lyrics. The music being so loud, I cannot make up what was the words. It got sung in the noise. That would be, anything that I just cannot understand the message that the song is about to give or is going to give. I'll be least interested in it.
Most favorite subject in school?
Strangely, I love literature. All right. I love Shakespeare. I find the subject to be soft and melodic. The interpretation is open as opposed to hard subjects like maths. 1 + 1 must equals to 2. In literature, the interpretation can be, a variety of things. Subject to how you can rationalize it. So I like subjects that gives me the freedom to give my own answer rather than a right and wrong answer that the marker would have.
Least favorite subject in school?
By all count will be maths. I took law because I do not want to handle maths in economic subjects, and looking at all the discipline, I find that law has the least content on maths. It's a good play of words and I'm pretty much strong on words. For maths, even to calculate a discount, I would still need to use a calculator.
And that was our second rapid fire, which is most favorite and least favorite. Yes. And with that, we come to the end of today's GrowCast episode. Today's GrowCast episode, we have our guest, Fahmi Rais. Thank you, Fahmi, for being here today. Is there any last words that you have, or is there anything that you want our audience to know, that maybe any question which I didn't ask you, or anything that you want to end off today's episode with?
I'd just like to end off by saying that it has been a surprisingly wonderful experience. For the longest time, I've really not had the opportunity to be offered to go on a podcast like this, and at the back of my mind, I thought, well, it's quite intimidating, but surprisingly, it's relatively easy. But of course, much thanks to to having a good company like yourself, and it dawned upon me that this is an opportunity for you to bring out, the innermost on your feelings, your thoughts. So much of sharing can be done, and I have shared everything spontaneously. The questions, many of it wasn't expected. And to be able to engage in a kind of conversation when the goal is marketing, I think it's a wonderful combination. Is a mode that all businesses should try, and they will find that the experience will be very enriching. I have to say I'm even surprised at my own answers.
And thank you, Fahmi. That was Fahmi, the founder of Grow Success Club. And with that, we have come to the end of GrowCast, learning from better than normal mentors. And we'll be bringing you more episodes. We'll be bringing you more speakers, coaches, trainers, business owners, real estate agents, insurance agents, anybody who is a Grow Success Club member. That is going to be one of the criteria for coming on GrowCast, because it's a collaboration between the Grow Success Club and Better Than Normal. So we did a collaboration together. And if you want to come on this episode, if you want to be in the hot seat like Fahmi, or shall I say the warm seat, because hot seat, they've got many, it's a bad connotation to it, right? So that was GrowCast, learning from better than normal mentors. And I'm looking forward to sharing with you new episodes every single week. I'm not going to put a timeline to it. I'm not going to box myself on a weekly basis, monthly basis. But trust me, I enjoyed myself a lot. I think Fahmi enjoyed himself. I think this is going to go to some big places. And I urge every single one of you who is a Grow Success Club member, if you like what you see, if you hear what you see, and you wish that you were here as well, I want to host you. I want to ask you questions. I want to get to know you. I want you to be able to importantly share your story. I want you to showcase your business as well, and I want you to brand your personal brand. And building a personal brand is so important. So with that, I come to the end of our very first episode of GrowCast, learning from better than normal mentors, and I will see you real soon.